I exist because of you, a statement said by the shorekeeper to show her gratitude towards the main character Rover, believing that her purpose was to exist beside him and fight alongside him as well, combating the lament and saving the world from the tacit discords. I wanted to make this video to talk about the story and share my first thoughts about the ending and just the overall gameplay mechanics that they introduced in the new update. I haven't done anything like this before in my channel, so I might forget some stuff here and there since this is only from the top of my head, so hope you guys enjoy. But honestly, what I really liked about the update is the introduction of the Black Shores and the new area. This place is actually honestly really breathtaking and amazing to just take in when you're playing the story. Sometimes I would just run to fight enemies and just catch myself looking at the horizon or like the area and just enjoy the view. What's also nice about the map is that there are actually two sections, one showing the Black Shores base with different smaller islands where you can, get a bunch of rewards by doing puzzles around the map, and the other is actually called the Bank of Life, which is basically the sort of inside the Tether system if you played the story, where data throughout history is stored to find ways to fight the lament. And this is basically where Shorekeeper has been living the entire time, waiting for Rover's arrival. It has been said that the Shorekeeper will only reveal herself when the Black Shores leader arrives, and that's what basically happened in the story, which is honestly really cool. You get to understand parts of your past through the dialogues that you do with Shorekeeper, with her saying that she was taught everything through his guidance and teachings. She also learned how to feel because of Rover, and I think this part was really cool to see, since you can also realize that Rover was meant to be a messiah that leads to the world to a better future for his people, and making emotional acts that would soon be learned by a computer like Shorekeeper is actually amazing. It's like some sort of character development in a way, where we get introduced to a character that has already been developed, but we see their past, and it's crazy to see the difference between them. It's actually really nice. What I also liked about the story is the amount of cutscenes there are actually. Kuro really did a great job at making sure that the story wasn't just an endless dialogue explaining everything, but also some cutscene actions that would introduce different parts of the map. We saw a cutscene where we were teleported in the Black Shores by Shorekeeper, one where we were introduced to the Bank of Life, where Rover gets sucked down into the Necrostar, I think it's called. I'm not really sure the terms by it, but he gets sucked in, and then he's in the Bank of Life. And when we were able to fight against the Tacit Discord to save Shorekeeper, and finally our reunion with the Shorekeeper after she got sucked into the Tethys system, being part of the core. The scene were also really well done, and honestly I give props to Kuro for putting in the work. The gameplay mechanics were also really nice. The use of portals around the Bank of Life was such an enjoyable task in my opinion. It seemed casual and fast, where you wouldn't spend hours trying to figure out the puzzles, but also you would need to think a tiny bit, which adds to the small challenge. The use of the cookie to fight the corruption around the Black Shores was also really nice. They added some parkour elements to it that made us unintentionally explore part of the Black Shores, which is really good, but also explore gameplay mechanics that made the exploring very refreshing and enjoyable. The introduction to the new boss was crazy. You were only able to play Havoc Rover at that time, but honestly, he's my main, so it didn't really matter. But anyways, the fight was crazy. It has a bunch of varied attacks that the boss can do, which is also really nice. I'm pretty sure it has two phases as well, where he starts with a hammer, slamming down a bunch of times to the ground, where you have to, start dodging, and then he starts using his stand fists and keep hitting you, which is sick in my opinion. You have to dodge a bunch of times. Honestly, got hit a bunch of times, and then I got used to the patterns. The design on the boss was also insane. I really like the blue and the silver mixed with the rainbow colors to show like it's a futuristic computer. It sort of matches the color of Shorekeeper, which was super nice in my opinion. But again, Kuro did a really good job at delivering on these aspects, and I really respect them for that. For the whole story, honestly, one of the better story segments in gacha games. I think Honkai Impact did a great job at telling their story with Kiana, Bronia, and Mei, but I think Kuro is probably on par with that. The relations with Shorekeeper as her teacher and guide, as well as your past during the lament on the city of Guishu, And the fallen bloom bearers that you see throughout the story with Hoda is honestly super amazing. And the fact that you kind of forgot about all of these events that happened and start learning about them, and seeing Rover's reaction was also really cool to see. We saw that the bloom bearers were trapped in the Tethys system to mimic the event, so we can find a way to fight the lament. The fact that we were leaders of the Black Shores and the prophecy being told by everyone in the, in the entire team of the Black Shores was also really, really cool to see. We were able to learn that we were some sort of leader or a god, not a god, I don't want to say god, but like a leader that would lead everyone to a greater future. We were able to also see Alto being actually serious for the first time, which is crazy. It's like the comedic relief of the Black Shores became serious at one point, which is really cool. And honestly, just a really great story. There were some parts that I was sort of confused about, especially at the start where we were introduced to Yohu. I wasn't sure what the purpose is for introducing her or being her there at least, but at least it was nice to, see her pop up before her actual release. I was able to play her for a couple of minutes, which was really nice. But she did really have a sort of a weird mechanic, but it's just my opinion. I managed to also get Shorekeeper in my polling session, so it was nice to play her in the story when she has her full kit and kind of learn a bit about her, because right now I'm not playing her, I'm building her, so hopefully she becomes as strong as the one in the story. But that was basically it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you think about the new story. I would really be happy to hear your thoughts. I think it was really heartwarming, even though it's a sad and very depressing environment in Wuthering Waves. We kind of saw some heartwarming and some nice emotional scenes with Shorekeeper and Rover, and it was actually really nice. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.